This next section is sponsored by Linea Directa, tailor-made expat car insurance. We would all love to grow old gracefully. However, that is not always the case, and we can become unwell, people can become depressed. There are many reasons why people can find themselves feeling lonely, even if they're not alone. And then you take those people who are alone, particularly in old age, and that can become overwhelming. Thanks to volunteers like Linda Woodin and many others, they are collaborating with the age concern Marbella and San Pedro, which is now, congratulations, being officially registered and accepted.
We are so excited.
Congratulations,
you have no idea.
Linda.
So now we can really press ahead and get, hopefully, volunteers, and particularly in the Marbella area, because we've got a lot of people in San Pedro that have been doing work without the license, and now we can actually say, right, Marbella, and Marbella is a big space.
When she says without the license, what she means is they've been doing volunteer work, helping people who need it, while the official paperwork has come through. But having this official paperwork puts you on the age concern worldwide map, I would assume.
Absolutely, and also we now have a charity number, a charity number, which you can't really operate in Spain without it. And it's taken the best part of a year to get it, because the bureaucracy in Spain, as we all know, is quite heavy going.
But you've got it,
We've got it, and
a team. Tom is the president.
Yes, Tom Burns is the president, and Stephen Brookshank is the head of assessing. Anybody that needs our help, he will go and assess and see what level they're at, and if they need extra help, we have people outside of Spain that can come in and assist on repatriating them back to their country that they belong to, or getting specialist help for them.
How are we going to finance this?
Well, hopefully we're going to have a lot of events, charity events, as we all do, and that will actually raise some money. We've had some fantastic donations. I can't give you the names at the moment for various reasons, but we have had these donations sitting, pending, waiting until we get the official number. We have to open a bank account now with that official number, which we couldn't do before. And the money was being held, in fact, by Aged Care in Fuengirola, which had been going for many years. But we work very closely with all the various age concern charities. But, they were our closest friends. And now we can actually say we are official ourselves. And I have to tell you that the mayor of San Pedro has been fantastic. He's going to give us space where we can have coffee mornings, we can have things like playing bridge, backgammon, whatever. And we also hope to get a little space where we can get a shop going in the future, which I think does help. And they have promised it to us. We don't know where it is yet. But that is one of the most exciting things.
Well, it's wonderful to see that when you have good intentions and you are consistent, because it is fundamental for anything to be done, to be consistent. It is actually the secret to success. If you want something, if you believe in something, you just have to go for it. So it's really wonderful to see that you've advanced so much in this respect. Next week, Stephen's going to be coming into the programme to be able to discuss in detail what kind of requisites, what kind of problems people go through and how we can help, because obviously...
And who we have helped.
And obviously who you have helped, but in order to help people, from what I'm seeing, those who most need help don't recognise
that they need
help.
That is why we have someone like Stephen, who's been living in the country for many, many years. He's absolutely fluent in Spanish and obviously English. And he knows everybody, certainly in San Pedro, and many of the people that are in that sort of world in Marbella as well. So, and he was working very closely with Estepona before we have taken it a step further and opened up specifically for San Pedro and Marbella, because Estepona was covering right from Calahonda down to Soto Grande, which is a huge area.
Even Marbella,
So-
27-kilometre stretch.
Yeah.
As you say, San Pedro is quite developed, but then you've still got all the way to Elvira, which is a lot of area. You need a lot of volunteers.
Yes.
And then obviously to know who needs looking after.
Yes.
What are the main things that you find are required from volunteers that want to help people? What are the most needed services?
Certainly from our perspective, it's exactly what you said earlier on. People that are lonely or alone, because quite often, if there are a married couple or two people living together, both of them are elderly, and the one can't really attend to the other one's problems and issues. So if you get a volunteer popping in once a week just to chat to them, they can do a one-on-one with both of them. You know, and there's a lot of people.
So you don't have to be on your own, since
Yeah.
you need help in any way.
Yes,
So a
because-
little bit of support.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And it's 1 hour a week for a volunteer just to look at their neighbour and maybe look at somebody just down the road who maybe needs, when you're popping down to the supermarket, can you possibly buy some food for me? Or can you do this? And I'm sure many, many people have got 1 hour a week just to give to Age Concern, because we're all going to get there, some of us in the not too distant future, but anyone from sort of 50 upwards, a lot of them are very lonely or alone, you know, so I
And
think
in a
it's very
community like this,
exciting.
that's very sad, because there are so many things going on. In fact, I met a lady yesterday and she asked me, she's just moved into the area and it's difficult to make friends, and particularly when you don't know where to start. So obviously Costa Women is a good place to start, but she was particularly interested if we had book clubs. So those are other things, that there are several small book clubs. You can make your own book clubs, but we will be actually talking about that and having more information on that. 'cause
And U3A, which is the University of the Third Age, we highly recommend that people join that, because it's very, very sociable. And of course, you can make lots and lots of new friends who are also probably in the same boat as you.
Exactly.
You know,
So there
so
are
it's
lots
fabulous.
of places, and the nice thing is that all these different associations join together to support each other, in the sense no one's in competition with anyone.
No.
Everyone's there, as we say, to support.
And, you know, someone like AAA, for argument's sake, they've got lots and lots of little dogs who all need walking. So we could maybe get a group together and take people up there who like going for walks, who love animals.
Exactly, and
You know,
obviously
that's
every
something-
Saturday you can do that as well. You can show
Yeah.
up at AAA all Saturday to help walk the 600 dogs that they have there right now. Plus, I also believe that together with Age Concern and the AAA, there have been visits to the old age home in
Yes.
Puerto Banús on Friday afternoons, and that's a fabulous therapeutic.
And the ladies and men that are in there absolutely love it. And they adore it when children go there as well. So we want to develop on both those aspects through 2018.
Exactly. Well, United Nationalities of Marbella Now 2017 addressed Age Concern. It was the introduction of Age Concern Marbella San Pedro to our community. We will be continuing this through all 2018, and we will be having continual regular visits from Age Concern representatives, volunteers, and people also maybe who've been
Stories.
helped by Age
Yeah.
Concern, so we can get the word out. It's important not to just have associations like this and people who care, but to tell people about it, because people are in need of being visited in a hospital, just to say hello. If they don't have family, it can be a very lonely place,
Very lonely.
very scary.
Yep.
Yes, so we need to join our forces together.
Yeah, well, we know, just before we finish, we know the most lovely man who's broken his hip, and he sadly has now got to live in one of these homes that look after people. And I won't mention names because we're not allowed to at the moment. But he's very, very unhappy because his family don't go near him. So he's got some very good friends that are popping in to see him. But without those friends, he'd be a very, very lonely man.
And unfortunately, that also leads to illness.
Yes.
We need to keep happy. Very important to keep happy.
Exactly.
Linda, we will keep in contact. We will keep you all informed. And Age Concern for anyone my age and upwards. Hopefully it's not going to be a concern. We'll embrace it beautifully together. Thank you,
Yes.
Linda.
Thank you as well.
Yeah, I'm here in Marbella, but it says here I'm in La Canada.
If you haven't mastered the lingo, don't worry. Linear Director has a free GPS geolocator service that will come and find you.
Hello Marbella, it's Amanda from Silk and Sin here again, and I'm here to talk about that thing that comes upon us once a year, and I don't mean Christmas. We've just got rid of the madness of Christmas and now we're facing Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day is quite a complicated event, and it's become very commercialised in the last few years, as I'm sure you'll agree with me. We're all expected to buy huge bunches of flowers, take our partners out on expensive dates to expensive restaurants, etc, etc. And that's not always possible, especially after the madness of Christmas and the expense of Christmas. But it's lovely to have something to celebrate in these greyer months and these colder months. And the point is that we can celebrate Valentine's Day in many, many ways, whether you're single or in a partnership or married. For example, you don't need to go out to an expensive restaurant. Cooking your partner a lovely meal, their favourite food, that's perfect. Taking your partner breakfast in bed, a cup of tea, or the most important thing, telling them that you love them. Now that surely is the greatest Valentine's gift you could give to anybody, saying I love you. And if you're single, there's no need to ignore the celebrations or feel down about them either. There's plenty you can do. Get together with some girlfriends or some boyfriends and go out and hit the town and party on down. There's no reason why you can't. Or spend an evening inside, treat yourself. Want a long hot bath with lots of bubbles, light some candles, buy yourself a red rose, buy yourself a box of chocolates, treat yourself. You don't have to be in a relationship or a partnership in order to enjoy Valentine's Day. This is a time of year when we're sort of coming down a little from Christmas. It's a bit down, the sun's not properly shining yet. Even here in gorgeous Marbella, it's still a bit chilly. So let's celebrate, let's make the most of that day. As I said, whether you are single or in a relationship. And if money is a problem, there are loads and loads of things you can do. Homemade presents are always great. If you've got children, get the kids to help you make something, maybe some sweets or some chocolates or a drawing for their mother or their father that you can pass on. There are many, many ways of celebrating. It doesn't have to be the traditional red rose, expensive dinner, normal scenario that we're told now to expect. Valentine's Day is in the middle of February, which is a grey month. Let's make it rosy in many, many ways and try and enjoy yourself the best way you can. It doesn't matter how you do it. Let's just celebrate today, because let's face it, an excuse for celebration is always, always a good thing. Celebrate every day of your life, but this is one day that we can celebrate a little bit extra. So treat yourself, treat those you love, and tell someone you love them, whether it's a parent, a child, a partner, a friend. That's what Valentine's Day is about, love. So let's all love each other and pass that love on, and let's have Marbella filled with more love than it usually is. So I will speak to you again soon, and I know this isn't a problem. This is a celebratory thing. So thank you very much for listening, and have a great Valentine's Day, however you celebrate it. Thank you very much. Bye from me, Amanda. Hey, hey.
as you can see, there is quite a troupe that has formed here at the pharmacy, as it does every lunchtime. Good things, dogs are welcome. They even have their very own house dog. So that's a really big plus for us community, knowing you can come to a place with your animal. What can I say? We've got here the Persian excursion. That's why Sunday lunchtimes you have your Iranian lunch, a Persian buffet delight. You've got your yoga girls. You've got just people who come in who do amazing exhibitions in Marbella, but they also just pop in to the pharmacy and have lunch. We've enjoyed recording here this week. We can't thank you enough, and we're going to say goodbye, this time in Iranian. Khodafez! Yay!